Okay, guys, good morning, peoples. Let's get this going. All right, let's do Misty and Coney together today. Let me jump in here and tell you the latest on Misty. Okay, so MSTR, like magically, went right where we needed it to go. The real question is, what's it going to do the next couple days? Our strike was 16 or is 1675. So it went down 2.5 points below that, down 0.285. We were only down 0.50 because we're gaining all that money that we were showing as a loss on the call. Now, there was some, okay, no trades were put on. So let's talk about the money that flowed in because they went from 14,525 to 14,850. So that was 375,000 shares. So when we go look at our cash, we had almost 10 million flow in. Now they didn't put any trades on because they didn't necessarily have to. I think several funds are sitting on the cash because when you're on a Wednesday, you could do next week, but you can hold on to it, wait a day, roll, get out of your weeklies, maybe early. I mean, if it stayed below 1675, they may in fact do just that. Go ahead and roll and get out from under it. There'll be some time premium and there's fairly a lot. So they may not unless it dropped down to 1650 or a lower number. So let's go look at the weeklies to showcase, right? So all of our contracts are so close to this. And they already have substantial, it's almost 11 million when I show you on holding. So we stand to gain that 11 million that we've already been paid if we stay below. If we go back up, we go back up. So the yin and the yang, we're going to make it in our synthetic. So very interesting. Just you guys can see, this is the highest IV I know of on these funds I follow. NVIDIA gets it at times, but with it going down, I don't think it's anywhere near this. And I didn't even update this number today. It's going to still be a high number with this kind of volatility. So we're down here just below 30 and we're just below 1675, which just happens to be all of our contracts. Okay. So I think with this Bitcoin conference, I would say it's very smart that the fund managers today aren't putting anything on here and they're watching that cash to figure out a little bit closer play. So let's go see where we stand because everything is predicated on this. So on our synthetic, you can go look over here. We've got 22 days out to 8/16. So we're still setting on the 25/35 contracts, but the real key here is in holding. So we're now have a 32.6 gain. Where were we before? Oh, I did not update this one. Apologize. So we have moved, let me do that. I updated the dates above, but I didn't drag everything over. That's the issue. Okay. I drag this one over and then update this one. Okay, 55,427. 775, and this one is minus 22,813,216. Okay, so it matches the 32.6. So now you can see here visibly what we've done, right? We're declining on MSTR, and so it's Bitcoin. You expect that. But we're gaining like crazy. It wasn't too long ago when we're up here when this buyback number was 38. Technically, there is no value in that if we expired. If we expired at 1672, we keep the 12.1 million that we collected and we're done. So that shows you that we have almost, I'm calling it 11 million in this fund in time value for 2 more trading days. It's amazing on these things. So we want to capture all that. Now, we will make it up with the yin and yang up here. So if this rises, we're going to make whatever value here. But the best of both worlds right now is to stay right around it, capture all of this, and then move, right? So I think the fund manager not putting a trade on with that 10 million or 11 million, close to 10 million. So we closed, sorry about that, at one bigger here, 29.97. Let's get the real number because this is now 850 and 443 73450. Okay. Yeah, much closer, 9 cents apart, right? Let's see if I type 443673450 Okay, makes sense. Um, doesn't matter. I didn't type in the right dollar value up there, but that has nothing to do with this already calculated. So that's how it plays. Now let me go over and show you. So here's the 325,000 shares. So that sets it, or was it 375? I'm going to tell you it was 325. Okay, as I had it. All right. So that's 2.24. We're close enough here. You can see graphically as we move up and down how much our synthetic is worth. Okay. So let's go straight to payouts. That's all really that's left since there were no trades put on. So we got our new share count reflected. We don't really have much cash, right? So this is why I've been doing this work for you. But we're setting, I say we don't have it in the piggy bank. We have 10 million. So when they put a trade on that generates something, we can do that. So our gain has been over here. They could easily write some more and collect more. This has changed. We're up at 65. We're now at 32 million, right? You saw that on holding. Our weeklies had a loss of 20, but now our loss is down to 10.7. But guess what? It really isn't a loss if it stays the same. So I can take this 32 number over here to show you and say, hey, that's $2.15 when it gets cast over 14.85 million, right? So that will be interesting which way we swing. We're going to make it up if we move up, and we're going to lose if this moves up. So the best of all worlds is to stay right here for 2 days or stay in the vicinity, right? And you don't mind buying back something for a half mil or something because you're going to gain it up here. So I thought I would show you as that thing shift around how that's just how much premium is in these things. So I think tomorrow they may, in fact, or today now on Thursday, write a call. Let's see. I think they should deploy it. There may be somebody speaking on Friday at the Bitcoin conference. I know ex-President Trump is scheduled. I don't know if it's a Friday or a Saturday. I haven't really had time to get that. If anybody knows, you can put it in the comments. Those rumors about part of the tying it to treasuries with some hard strategic reserves for the treasury, the way we had a strategic reserve for petroleum, right? So fascinating. I love it. I mean, it's so ironic that it came right here. What are we doing with Bitcoin right now? We are down 1100 or 1680. Interesting. Let me look at my chart. Oh, yeah. We're at 64,000. Okay. Down something like 1600. So that should lower this further. At some point, you don't really want to stay that far below, but for a day, it's really okay. So that's what I got you on Misty. We have a way to get more money, right? We still have 14 days until August 8th, and we can write more calls. I'd love to see us under that number, and we are, and today may take us down further, and then we bounce. All right, let's jump over to Coney. I'm doing 2 and 1 here. So how's Coney doing? Well, Coney also got some shares. They got 600,000. Okay, from 37.4 to 38. I'll take you through the math on them in a second. So that looks like 12 million. All right. And no trades out of that. So what did we actually do? Well, we dropped. What was the count on Coney on the drop? I think, or sorry, on Misty on the drop. I think it was 2.85. Now remember, MSTR has also got that split out there, so it's doing a better job of staying up on BTC numbers. All right, let's switch back to Coney. So 488 and 416. So down to 245 from 260, almost 260, and down 918. Okay, so where do we set on our weeklies? We also now are well below our strike price, 12.22 with two trading days, including today. All of them, right? No laddering. So I would say this one looks real good, whereas we're right at the number, 2.5 points away from 1675. So that's right at the number. But again, Bitcoin is down, so Coney should be down. But at least we win the weeklies on that. So for Coney's sake, I don't want it to go far. So we've captured 94.6 of that money, right? You see it right here. It's worth 22 cents, which is 693, and we collected almost 13 million. So sweet. We were up, did I say 500 or was the number 600? I think it's 600. Yeah, it is 600. So let me change that. And that's why we have that big 12 million gain. So in their case, we are now turned a positive to a negative, right? We were 26 million on our gain. We're now 11 million in the hole, right? We were as high as 49, 26, and now 11 under. So we would like to see that turn around. Where did we close? 19.8. What's fair value? 1978. Okay, so I really like to see, for Coney's sake, us to get back over 20, and that's going to take Bitcoin to move and pull up. Although, we were talking in the news about all the Ethereum, all that stuff, a lot of that stuff will be going through Coinbase. So that should be positive for them. But again, sometimes, when the markets are red, that's what happens. Yesterday was a big down day. I don't have to tell a lot of you. Okay, what else we got? Let's go. We looked at weekly. We talked about the synthetics. Let's just go to payouts for coin and Coney. So let's look at theirs. Their synthetic, I got to redo this math for you, now has a loss, right? We're winning the weeklies. We basically won those weeklies. So that 26 million is a loss. So forget the money there, guys. We got to make it another way, because that money is embedded in here already, 69 through 57. Yeah, let me go look at July. Yep, 69, all that money is already there. So interesting. We want to get our synthetic back up there. And what's the length of time that we have on that guy? Well, we got to 816. It's a 250, so when we're setting down here, That's what you don't want. You want it over, right? We need to get back over 250 because that's where it starts making the money on the synthetic. That's why we're now at 11, right? Because that number is dipped below. When we're 265 and 257, all these numbers, we're well above the 250. So that's what it really takes. Now, that's not till 8:16, so we have a little bit of time. So maybe we'll get something on the tail end of this week. Maybe we'll get the strategic treasury reserved to some hard assets, or at least having presidential candidate and ex-President Trump talk that up. And let's see what happens on the Democratic side to talk about that. I mean, politicians want votes, and one of the ways is to link yourself to something um, that's popular out there, and it's a hard asset. Okay, guys, that's really what I got for you. So Misty's looking pretty good to win theirs. Coney wants things to rise, so you're going to win a little more with one over the other. All right, again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for fun and entertainment. Hope you were entertained. Okay, guys, let's hope the markets stop the bleeding. Who knows short term? Hang in there, peoples. All right, bye for now.